Hello everybody, it is the 7th of January 2026 and we're on a long windy road. Having a little day trip here. We're heading out to, is it Walcha?
Yeah.
Apsley Falls. Apsley Falls is our destination for today, so we'll make some little videos and maybe even put a few still photos in. We're heading sort of southwest of Bendemeer, southeast of Bendemeer I'd say.
The coast.
We're actually heading out towards the coast. We're not going to get to the coast.
What the quarry is at the end of this road.
Yeah, so if we kept on following it all the way through, which we're not, it will be Port Macquarie for us. Well, this is Barnaby Joyce territory here, the member for New England.
Place, I don't know.
Where are we going?
Southeast. Because
Yeah.
the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, so
Yes.
we're going easterly.
Bit of a chainsaw. Anyway, this is the town of Walcha, as we're going past the houses and some shops. Mainly houses actually here.
It's a nice little town, Walcha.
It seems to be, doesn't it?
It reminds me of somewhere you and I have been before.
This station we're going past here is called Waterloo Station.
Yeah, the McDonald River, which is in our town, is flowing through the middle there.
Uh-huh. We're on Apsley Falls Road.
It's barked, okay.
Yeah, and yes, so it's a little bit narrow, and about 1 kilometre we'll find the falls, according to Siri, and there's a sign there saying
There's no dogs.
Yep, speed hump ahead. We're on our way. We're actually not going straight to the falls. We've parked the car and we're on the way to a lookout. But what we're looking at, I've seen Lions Lookout, but we've seen this escarpment, which is now a little bit obscured by trees. So if I can find a way of putting the still photos into this production, you'll see them on that. So that's all pretty darn cool, I reckon. But some beautiful ghost guns I took with the UV filter, so they'll notch down the sky and make the effect of the ghost gums even more. And we even saw an orchid. Do you want to describe that again, hun?
So what we're looking at is there's an escarpment, and the granite has been worn away by the water. So as the water's come over, it's drizzled down the rock, and where the water's drizzled, it's made cuts in the rock. So as that's happened at the same time, the dirt that's right around the rim of this escarpment has come over with the water, and on each section as it cascades down, there's dirt and plants have grown in there, and it's quite phenomenal to see that, like the trees and the grasses and things that are growing out of the side of the rock.
Yeah.
But it looks like, to some probably degree, if you got pencils and lined them all up, and then sort of they got worn together, and then that, what's the word I'm thinking of, how blind people are tactile, that's how it would sort of look.
Right.
But it's aged, if that makes sense.
Yep. Just testing the image stabiliser out as we're walking. Kellie's in front of us.
Hello.
Hello, all you people out there in YouTube land. This will go on the
I've
travel.
Back to everybody.
This will go on the Travel and Curiosity playlist.
So it's worth coming to.
We're in New South Wales, Apsley Falls, in New South Wales, northern New South Wales.
It's not an escarpment.
But we're going to look out first. A little bit of red earth, a bit like when we're in the Territory. Absolutely gorgeous view.
This is actually the rim that we're on, at least.
Ah.
We're on the whole rim. I wonder if that's an ant mound.
Possibly.
Yeah, look. But I can't see any ants.
Could be ants.
Because
termites have those big tall ones.
Ant rocks like that.
Yeah, it's a sort of a mound of some sort, isn't it?
There's more than one. There's another one down here.
Well, as soon as we got on this platform, which we'll get photos of in a minute, Kellie went, wow. Look at that. That fills with water, I'd say. It's as dry as a bone at the moment, but we're on the lookout, looking right into this canyon, which is absolutely spectacular.
This is called Lions Lookout.
Lions Lookout.
But you can see the water comes down like right off here, the back, and you can see where it comes down and into like this part of the gorge.
I'm just making photos so you can get a perspective of an average height person, even though Kellie's short.
I'm not short ass, yeah.
Looking out.
It's just lovely. And it's a surprise when you get down here to see the bottom.
Yeah.
And you can tell the water's been in there. All the rocks are pebbles. And imagine if the water's flowing hard, it's bringing all that alluvial soil down and how all the rocks get mixed together and bumped into each other.
Kelly just said to be off camera, I should buy a drone. If I could fly a drone with low vision, I would, because you get something spectacular like this. This is, what do we call this little lookout?
This is a lower pool.
Yeah, and you can see water and you can hear it.
And we've got the breeze hitting the sheer rock face too.
Look at the greenery down there.
Oh, it's just bloody beautiful, beautiful. And we're getting a really nice, light, cool breeze. We're not standing here in the heat. It's not, real hot. It's just lovely.
And to give you an idea of the depth, I'll zoom out and you can see the sky. There's the escarpment. Now you're going to read us something, huh?
Oh, over here. This is the lower pool lookout.
Yep.
The pool you see below is at the base of the lower falls. The lower falls can be viewed from the Oxley walk by the suspension footbridge. The Apsley River catchment forms a significant part of the Kellie River catchment, which enters the sea at southwest rocks downstream of Kempsey. Several other river gorges join the Apsley River downstream of here, the main ones being Tyre River, Yarrowitch River, Green Gully Creek and Rowley's Creek. Many more rivers flow into the Kellie River east of Armidale, forming a vast and rugged gorge system collectively known as the Kellie Apsley Gorges. The dramatic cliffs in front of you are made of slate. Oh, that's what it is.
Wow.
It's not granite, it's slate. That's why it's looking the way it is.
Absolutely,
wow.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Slate was quarried in the early 20th century, about 5 kilometres to the east of this point. The Presbyterian Church and the National Bank building in Walcha have been made from the slate from here. The dominant native trees are black cypress pine, New England stringy bark, snow gums, Bendemeer white gum and grey box.
So there's snow gums, not ghost gums.
Bendemeer white gum, yes!
Yeah. How awesome's that, hey? Kelly spotted somebody down there with a high-vis jacket on, so it's probably a ranger.
See what they're doing. Unless
Just look at this basalt. Could be, because there's many different shades of green out there. That's just a close-up of the basalt cliff face on the other side.
I'm going to take a photo and we'll have to look when we get home. It could be it looks like a high-vis yellow jacket, but it could be, it hasn't moved, so it could be just a young tree that the sunlight's hit.
Oh, I hope that's not somebody in trouble.
No, they'd be yelling out and waving their arms. And it's at the end of that bit here where the water would hit down there.
Yeah.
In 1902, 3 Walcha men, Jim McMillan, Ted Baker and Ian Wattle Joyner, built a wooden stairway to the bottom of the gorge where we're standing. Built as a tourist attraction, this was an amazing feat considering the size of the structure and the danger of the task, because it's sheer. I'm telling you, it's sheer.
Yeah.
In following years, parts of the lower stairway have washed away and the remaining stairway was declared unsafe. Later, a plan to reconstruct the stairway was proposed by Lindsay McMillan, the son of Jim McMillan. Commenced in February 1961, a steel frame stairway with hardwood threads was constructed with 2 lower platforms. This structure descended about a third of the way into the gorge.
Right.
Unlike the original stairs which went to the bottom, the materials were supplied by the Walcha Council and work was carried out by the Walcha Lions Club. It was opened in October 1961. In 2001, the NPWS fully refitted the stairway and installed the main disabled access lookout on which you stand. Unfortunately, the stairs and the underlying geology were deemed unsafe by engineers in 2020 and the stairs were removed in 2021.
Right. This is at the end of this little walkway thing. Wow. Oh, wow. Check that out. Bloody hell. Wow. There's another escarpment all with the Apsley Falls itself. That's what we came here to see.
It's like looking at being in the Kimberleys. It goes right down to the bottom.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? You can hear it. here's the top of it. There's the tree line, sky, and we're going to pan all the way down. Very fine water. Sort of reminds me of the Barron Falls in Queensland, near Cairns.
And to the left, there's like these two big stone pillars. One's on the left and one's on the right. The water has hit them there. I mean, none of us would be able to lift them. They're huge. And then there's a flat area. And then the rock opens up and there's a rock pool in it. And there's still waterfalls in it. So all the water comes flushing over that top and that side.
Hi everybody, we've just crossed this. We've just crossed this suspension bridge. We don't have time to stay around and do the entire circuit, but we will, however, have to walk back across this suspension bridge, which is what we're going to do now, so we can get back to the car. And Kellie's in front of us, a good way of testing the image stabilisation. And we'll give it... Well, the bridge is moving under our feet. Yep. You jump up and down, why don't you?
Yeah.
It's a suspension bridge, and to give you an idea in a minute, when we get into the middle, there's a little bit of water there to the right, but the main river will film as we get back to it. And there is a nice railing that's about 5 foot high. Somebody coming towards us, so you'll hear the water below us, and for those who can see, you'll see the depth of how high up we actually are. In actual fact, if we look towards the east, and you can see the shadow of us on the bridge. Pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, there's Cal up ahead. That was just a bystander. What's disappeared, hun?
The lizard that was in the water.
Oh, Kelly was watching a lizard. There's the shadow of Kellie and I. Look at that. Yep. She's got the hat on. I've got the camera. Yeah. Hey, how cool is that? That's the shadow. So you drop your phone over that, it would be never see it again. It would smash, and that'd be it. Gorgeous view. We've got some wonderful views on the SLR that I'll process up later.
You can see the slate lines in the tree.
Ah, yes, because we know the escarpments actually made of slate. We read about that earlier. How cool is that? There's Cal looking down through to the west.
The wind's just touching my hat.
Yeah.
And I don't want to lose it. It's my favourite hat.
Right. If I was wearing a hat, it would have flown off by now. Hats and I just don't get on. Anyway, we're almost to the end of the suspension bridge, but I think
I'm out in the weather all the time.
You are. I think I'll send that through to Kirsten right away, and maybe Mike and Jeannie.
And there is disabled access here for people too.
Yep. Just, but I will edit this into the main. I will edit this into the main video when we're back at home at some point.
A sensory walk would be good too.
It would. So that is the bridge over the Apsley. Is it the Apsley River or Apsley Falls? Apsley. Sorry, not Apsley. Apsley Falls. Oh, it's the Macleay River, is it? Yeah. Welcome to the Macleay River in January 2026. Anyway, we are now back. Have just turned off the Oxley Highway onto the New England Highway. And I'd like to thank Kellie for this wonderful trip out to Apsley Falls. And I'll edit this up and stick it on the socials in the next day or so. So welcome to New South Wales 2026, where, just to let people know, the temperature in Sydney is 37 degrees, Parramatta North 37, Bendemeer about 30 odd because we're up high.
Now 32.
Now 32, and Melbourne, if you were back home in Melbourne, 42 degrees.
And guess where we're going? In the pool!
Travel and curiosity with Elise and Cal.